That's a good piece of advice. If you can't be the best, be on time. That's advice from Robert's grandmother.
That's right.
Because otherwise, you're not the best and you're late.
And you're late.
That sucks. Don't be the guy who's late. Be the guy who brings donuts.
That's right.
I think that's advice from a Dunkin' Donuts commercial.
That's a good piece of advice, though.
Okay. Like Mr. Rogers, just starting the video, taking off my jacket. Was it super chilly when you came in, Rob? Rob?
It wasn't that bad.
No? Okay.
I'm Irish. I'm built for this. Supposed to be what, negative 28 this morning or something like that?
It was ridiculous. I didn't think negative 28 is Texas. Good evening, everybody. Scott and Frankendahl and South Omaha Horror. It's good to see you guys. Here's the mask that I'm working on. This is going to be a moving jaw mask. So I have to cut this off and then re-sculpt a jaw that is going to fit in with this. I did sculpt one in so that I would be able to pour this up later and just use this jaw down here. I have to put some teeth in, but other than that, it's pretty darn good. All right, so and this is obviously a latex mask. We molded the one. Okay, let me grab a chair, grab some clay. I think it's just me and Rob today. So, there you go.
Exciting as that is.
Okay. Yeah. Look, play. Great. Bum, 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 ba-da, ba-da, da. I currently have a chin on my mask, so I have to cut this chin off so that I can access where the new chin's going to go. Currently, I have about 3 chins, but I'm working on that. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Oh, commentios.
I think I missed out on some delicious New Orleans food, but
Hello, Batman. I'm Batman. You have to be pretty early on YouTube to get the name Batman.
dude,
Like just Batman.
it's just that.
That's pretty good.
Wow,
Muy impresivo.
that is pretty impressive. I gotta say, because normally it'd be Batman 634 or something.
There we go.
Not this guy.
Yeah, he was like Batman #1. He's not even #1. It's just Batman. That's pretty awesome.
That's fantastic.
That's before people could realize, well, I don't have to use my real name. Where there's a period of time on the internet where
Nobody
you weren't allowed to, like, so that people said, don't use your real name. There's people out there.
There's people.
And I'm like, well, what are those people doing? Well, they're going to get your real name. I give my real name out all the dang time. Why is that a problem?
How about when I was a kid, I talk to strangers and don't get in a stranger's car, and now I meet strangers on the internet and hire a stranger.
And hire them to drive you around. Yeah, never get into a stranger's car. Uber's business model, poof, out the window.
Out the window. And some of them do have candy.
Oh, delicious candy. Okay, so that fits up on my eyes good. So I'm just using a marker to sketch where this chin ought to be. There's going to be more latex there, of course, than just what I drew, but for the chin, it's really all I need. I do have some great teeth. I did order more teeth.
You did?
Yeah. So I'll have more of those. Um,
Jeez.
I switched hat companies. I didn't order from Elope.
No?
I ordered from Jacobson Hat Company.
That gives good stuff.
They did. They had a few more styles. They were a little more affordable. And I thought that was nice.
How did the trick or treat booth look this year?
Awesome. Ordered a couple things from them.
You did? Nice. What are the basis of the very cool stuff we did last year?
Mhm.
Was Exotic Lenses there?
No, there never are.
No, they never are anymore. I used to be able to get them all the time.
Well, they're not at that show. They're at Trans World, and they're only at MHC.
So, two things I'm buying at Transworld is a Pache and a new set of contacts.
Cool.
Yes.
So this is clay that has to be on here in order to make this mask feasible. I tried to put some lines on with the Sharpie so that I'll know where my chin has to end. Lining up chins is not easy. You got to make sure your lips line up, and also I want this actor to be able to wear teeth. So I have to make sure that there's not too much happening so his teeth aren't way back in there. There's already a freaking cat snout. And I'm putting clay up here simply because I'm going to mold this. Now, and there's no reason why tonight I won't be able to sculpt this. It's a chin, for crying out loud, to sculpt this in and probably get it molded. Let's see, it's 6:47, so it's not even 7 p.m. I'm on early. I'm early. And so I'll get this chin sculpted and molded tonight, probably. It's a chin. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Okay. That's me figuring out how much clay has to go where. Ordinarily, I would have a visual reference, but I sculpted all of this from a visual reference. So this is my visual reference for the chin. I've already done this, but this will have a much more of an undermask. And I don't think I'm going to mold this whole head either, which will actually give me a good chance to show you guys another technique, which is where I'm just going to, take a piece of this and mold it. I will then correct that. Once I make the mold, it won't be a good bucket, so I'll have to add a clay wall and add more clay into the mold. So this is my, what is it, Tuesday? This is my Tuesday. Making monsters.
This is Tuesday for sure.
So we are right about 2 months from Transworld.
Yep.
We're just under 2 months from Transworld. I'm very excited about Transworld this year. In my head, I'm not really like making a ton of new things for Transworld, but I am going to refine what I have and make sure I've got just the best possible product.
We got some very awesome things coming.
Also, Rob, I have come to a decision on my LED masks.
Yes.
I'm going to make them without a button, and that is the $200 version. If you want to have a button to turn them on and off, that's $50. That way it reads like an option, and it reads like, whatever.
If you want to do it. If you want control. You emerge from the murky dark.
Hello, Fondian and Rolland. Ryan, hello, Alan and all. Wanted to say thanks. I've learned so much over the years. Thank you. I'm glad that you watch. And Anthony, thank you very much for giving. That was very kind of you. One of the things that I'm doing with my YouTube channel is Rob really wants a Keurig in the shop. So any money that is donated through YouTube, I will use to buy a Keurig. What are they, like 75, 80 bucks, I think?
Depends on the
So when I hit that goal, Rob will get a Keurig. Rob, can you get the door, please?
I can't.
There's a sandwich gnome is visiting.
Oh, brownies and cookies.
No, there's no brownies or cookies. Those can't be for you.
I think they're. I don't know.
Okay, so what's happening here is I'm making an under mask that will go on before this mask goes on. And this will be a moving jaw mask. So that way,
You will be cat-like.
do a little dance on the cat light. Yeah.
Songs you never expect to hear Alan sing.
Technically, I modified it.
For 100.
I did rewrite the whole "I'm sexy and I know it" song to "I'm scary and I know it." Hello. Hello, Jonesy. Jonesy is outside the garage door, wondering why he can hear us talk, but not coming in.
What's funny is, every time I go, hey, Jonesy, and try to go near him, he runs.
Yes.
Nora was here for 5 minutes. He's in her lap.
Oh,
She
okay.
just runs right up to her.
Well, it's the beard, Rob.
Oh. Okay. You have a beard.
But you have gone from homeless beard to hipster beard, and I want you to know that I appreciate that.
You're not helping me at all.
What?
I'm too old for a hipster. Hipsters are like millennials. I'm way too past that.
You almost missed this. Hey, Keith, how's it going, sir? Scott says he'll send us his spare Keurig. You can do it next time you're in the States. Come to Texas, my friend, and then you can see the haunt. It's a pretty good one.
We are biased, but we do like it.
Yeah. All right, so we are rocking and rolling. I do want to get this guy sculpted, molded tonight. And that means all stages of the mold, because this will be a several stage mold. And I'm just going to thicken this up a little bit, because it's a little on the thin side. And I just want the mold to release nice and easy. So a cool trade show happened last weekend, and that is IMATS in LA. And I have no idea what IMATS stands for. IMATS is a makeup trade show, and my friend Nick Herrera, who goes by Nix Herrera, is a very talented body painter. He was my makeup artist at Skull Kingdom. And through him and Bill McCoy, I kind of learned how to do makeup, airbrush makeup. I never really did any while I was there, But, you know, you sit in the chair 300 times, you pick something up. That's one of the reasons why he's so good is he had to do it a lot. I'm feeling happier about this level of clay. Hey, Linda. Hello, Lisa.
Is it 10,000 hours that makes you a master at something?
They say it's 10,000 hours. I don't know how true that is. I was certainly a son for 10,000 hours. I'm not sure I was the best son.
You're still a son.
Yes. Jonesy. Hey, kitten. Right now, Jonesy is trying to get into the cat door over here. Hey, Jonesy. And he's no longer trying to get into the cat. He is trying to get into the cat door. And is it pushed out? He's not very good at cat door. He's not a smart kitten. Let's be honest. He's pretty, he's orange, and he's polite. Hello, Michael J. Lassiter.
He's polite.
But he is not the smartest cat in the world. I'll open the door and see if he wants in. Hey, Jonesy. You can come in. No? You want to discuss? Okay. Right now he's being a creeper and just looking at us through the cat door. I guess he's picking up on my behaviors.
He's a weird cat.
I like the term interesting. He's an interesting cat. El gato. How do you orange in Spanish, Rob?
No.
Is Pellegrino a color? I feel like the word Pellegrino is a color in Spanish.
Isn't that a wine?
Verde means green in Spanish.
Rojo is red. Blanco is white.
Right?
Negro is black.
Yes?
So, orange in Spanish.
Orange. Orange.
Masculine or feminine?
So one of the funny things that about languages and how stubborn English are. The word orange. Oh, it's naranja. Naranja.
Naranja.
Naranja. That's how you say orange in Spanish. Anyway, yes, the word pineapple. In every language, it's the same, except in English, where it's pineapple. Why? Because it looks a bit like a pine cone and a bit like an apple. Actually, it looks nothing like an apple, but you could eat it like an apple. That's probably where they were going with that. Hello, Har Beauty. Line Cook Thor.
All the usual suspects.
Hey, I didn't really blow any budget. I didn't. That show is my rubber snake and spider show, is what I call it. Because it's not, it's definitely not a haunted house show. It is a retail show, meaning stores buy from there. So they really only want resellers to go there. Haunted houses, by and large, are not resellers. We are end users. We buy rubber spiders not to resell to kids who blow their allowance on a rubber spider like I used to do. We buy rubber spiders to put them in a set. And we are going to keep them. Hello, Jonesy. Jonesy is entering the building. He's like Elvis. There we go. You're internet famous. My wife has made Jonesy the kitten back there. He's named after the kitten from Aliens, by the way. She has made him very internet famous because she posts a lot of pictures with him, of him.
Keeping up with
And
Jonesy's the hashtag.
he has a hashtag on both Instagram and Facebook, Keeping Up with Jonesy. So you can follow my cat, who does have some adventures. But mostly he eats, poops, and gets bigger. Why are you freaking out the cat, bro? Is there food out here?
Yeah, there's food in here.
Like sandwiches or?
Sandwiches.
Oh, Rob, you should tell them about your weekend. They're very interested in well, you weren't at the show, but you can tell them about what it's like. Because you've been before.
Well, the reason I wasn't at the show was I took my daughter to Daddy Daughters, and that was a lovely evening. The trade show, it's a party expo show down in New Orleans. Now, if you follow any of other haunters that happen to have gone to that, most of the pictures you're going to see are from Bourbon Street, the ghost tours, vampire tours, graveyards, Voodoo Museum, and pictures of all sorts of amazing food. At the trade expo, HauntCon is not a very it's a party expo, so you can go there and get all kinds of like good costuming. Last year when I went, I had my teeth vampire teeth fitted. That was very nice. It was just part of being at the show. Costuming, you see, one of the cool things I thought I liked about it was I could see all the costumings that would be all the costumes that are being sold to all the major realtors. Retailers. There's a word. My brain's not working today. So you see what everybody's going to be wearing this year for Halloween. What's going to be available in Walmart and Target, Party City, all those stores. Everything down to the stuff that, Dollar General buys. As far as their party stuff. You can get everything from balloons, custom made balloons. It's just overwhelming, to be perfectly honest. And the fact it's in New Orleans doesn't hurt. That's one of my favorite cities on the planet. What is going on here? Oh. Is that all we can do? Keith, Transworld is the best. Hey, Lion Cook, Thor. St. Louis is only like 4 hours from me. I'd love to go to Transworld. Transworld's a lot of fun.
You ate one already?
I did. It's now -4 in Indiana. Ooh. What's Haunt X? Hal Stoff's animatronic workshop. I don't know what that is. I know what Transworld is. Transworld's awesome. If you've never been to Transworld, make sure you take some time to go to the City Museum. Lamette stand for International Makeup Artist Trade Show. That would be fun. -6 there, and they could get to -23 tonight. We got that huge cold front just tearing through the north. But Alan took a strong group of DH Dark Hour people, and they all went and had a great time. You might have seen a few of our people.
Rob, you gotta get back on this.
Okay.
Remember, you don't want to pull, hollow out, build up these edges.
Okay. I'm going to leave you back with Alan.
Good luck. Well, you can probably do that now. If you get these edges thick enough. I've done one other little batch, and that's all I have to do. Okay, I was helping Rob, so I got plaster hand, and I'm eating a delicious sandwich, which is ham and turkey and cheese and tomato. I'm gonna turn you towards Rob, because you're not here to watch me eat. Watch Rob scramble and try to not make this weigh 80 pounds.
My trash can?
Your head form.
Oh. It shouldn't be that bad. There's going to need to be a little bit more going into that.
Just to make your edges square. See what you're going for?
Right.
And for clarity, Rob, what are you working on?
I'm working on head forms. Yeah. So
What are head forms?
It's what we use to sculpt masks on. It is one of these, ladies and gentlemen, that he's sculpting his clay on. It's one of those. We use those all the time. They're how we get our delightful masks made. Alright. So let me go get that board. Don't worry, it's too much. No, that's good.
Yeah, make sure it doesn't stick up.
I was going to close that.
In general, I would use particle board for anything. I think it'll be okay.
Isn't that what you use?
No, never. I think it'll be okay, but not your best option.
For future reference.
What?
A little bit more plaster.
Yeah, just a little bit to thicken your edges up and solidify that stick in there.
And this will make it kick faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, kicking.
These are really good sandwiches.
Man, did you get one with tomato on it?
Uh-huh.
You're eating tomato?
Well,
What's happening to you? Well, who are you? What happened now?
I love tomato.
There's something, if you get a chance, it's called the laws of cubes for food, like defining what is and isn't a sandwich.
Huh?
And you'll be interested to know that steak is considered salad on this list
Why is steak a salad?
because it doesn't have bread on any parts of it.
Put it between bread.
Then it's a sandwich. Then it falls into the laws of cubes. But if there's no bread as adjacent to any side of it, it's a salad.
It's just a meat salad.
The entire time I was reading this, I was like, oh, Alan would love this.
Jonesy is fascinated, yet terrified. He's just coming in and out the cat door.
Hey, Jonesy, you have some serious stink eye going on. Did you learn that from your mother?
He's right beside the fan, if you look down there. There you go, he's moving, now you can see him. Viking weather out there.
Oh, there's a new Viking comedy coming.
What? A Viking convention?
Yes, it's either a convention or they want to do something similar to Steampunk November and Scarborough.
I didn't use rubber. What I actually used was urethane. I used a urethane. I'll read the exact urethane that I used to you later. It's numbers. You know.
Jonesy, I've never seen you shop this much.
Yeah, sandwiches and plaster.
Just like mom used to.
International Makeup Artist Trade Show. Yes. So, where is this Viking convention going to be?
I don't know.
I'm intrigued.
I told you everything I know. I'll get more information on
Okay.
it.
Where did you find out about it?
The interwebs. I was invited to it.
I see. None of like Nita Viking shows.
We also run in slightly different circles. So.
That's true.
Albeit there is a god awful amount of overlap. But there are some dark corners I go that you don't.
Hooray, Dark Corners. Simba, we rule over all of this. What about that dark place? That's where Rob goes.
And you must never go there.
But it's dented. So Thursday, looks like I'm going somewhere to look at a haunted house that is for sale.
Is that the one in the... Did you hear about the boneyard?
I did?
You need to talk to Kim.
I don't.
Okay. Right.
And what if it was and I didn't want to say the name?
I didn't say
So that's, yes, you did.
that.
You did.
Okay. No, that's not the one. I knew that. I knew that wasn't the one you were talking about.
They have some things that I am interested in. What they also have a lot of is wall panels, which I'm really not interested in.
Especially now that we got our jig working really well. Love that jig. I love that you can take anybody in the world and say, see that? Fill in the blanks. Put together a panel. That's
45 inches. You got to remember 45 inches.
That's the only thing you got to remember.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
And if you try it and it doesn't work, then it's not 45 inches. We're discussing a panel jig that we use at dark hour for putting together wall panels.
And I love it.
Rob, it's a new invention for Rob,
It is. It's new to me.
so he likes it. He came from a trail haunted house where they never made any wall panels.
No. No, we did not. I have a minute.
We're beginning to start some of the sculpting now. Everything has been prepped up to this point. It's all been prepped. But the more you prep and the better you prep, the better your sculpture. If you only prep a little bit, then your sculpture can be this good. If you prep a medium amount, your sculpture can be this good. If you spend a lot of time on prep, your sculpture can be this good. And that's really good.
Jonesy, you shouldn't be this way. I was there when you were discovered.
What's up, Jonesy Jonesy? All right, so now that I've got this on and I'm kind of smoothing it out, I want to test again with the mask on. I'm just checking that chin. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm happy. And you know what? You're going to die on me if I don't plug you guys in.
So I'm at that dinner with my daughter and stuff,
Yes?
and the dads are all like, so your Irish is dead. Ha ha ha. Well, we do this thing called camping, but really it's camping. Don't worry about it. It's good and comfortable. We just go out and sleep in the house that we rent by the lake. I was like, so would you like me to dress as Bigfoot and come terrorize the children? And they're like, because I know a guy. They stopped talking.
I think commercial Bigfoot rentals really is a business that the world's not ready for it. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to be dressed up like Bigfoot and go scare the crap out of people.
Well, they got that, you can have a scary clown come deliver, stuff.
You know what? And I think he's been hired like 8 times.
Well, it's not something I want to do. But the whole Bigfoot terrorizing campers, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I don't think I could be a Bigfoot. I could probably pull off a good cobra.
You would be an excellent chupacabra, Rob. You're not quite built for Bigfoot.
No. And I have to know that.
One of the reasons why I started walking on stilts.
So you can be taller?
I also, though, lied to get my first stilt walking job.
Well, there's obviously some EPA on that one.
I went, bought stilts. I knew how to walk, but I didn't own any stilts. So
Yeah.
once I got the job, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go and learn how to stilts really good now.
That's what you do. I don't know if you're underage and sign up for World War II.
No.
No, I'm actually 17.
No. So I'm just doing a little bit of formation here. I had this trident thing on the other part of the cat mask, and I'm actually not going to have that on there. I'll do it with hair. But I did, I just wanted to see it. Now I'm going to put it on there, calm it all down, fold it in. This jaw will be greatly accentuated with hair and that. Now that I know where this does change, I'm going to fill this in a little bit. I don't need that hard of a line, because that's going to read as very mask-like. There'll still be a lip there where that other mask can rest and ride, but it'll be more subtle, and it won't be a visual cue of, hey, this is a mask. Because the goal is kind of always to have people wonder if it's makeup. And a good mask, people will wonder if it's makeup. In Nicodemus, all the time, I would be asked, how long did it take you to do your makeup?
I've been asked that a few times, Nick.
Because it, you know, it fits so well, and the beard hides a lot of the seams and all.
Yes. But it helps to have a beard with that mask, too, because it fills it out.
Mm-hmm.
I like that mask.
No, you don't.
What?
No, you don't.
I don't like how it pushes it.
You complain about it constantly.
Because
You
I
don't
want to
like that
resculpt
mask.
it.
So there's a character that I actually used a mask from Mad Monster Party. Mad Monster Party Masks is a company run by a friend of mine named Rollis Khan. And Rollis's masks are all like this. They're two-part masks, actually. And he has a Krampus mask. And I used his Krampus mask. I completely changed it. And I made it into an old wizard-type character named Nicodemus. Wizard, demon, something.
Necromancer.
Not even I'm sure. Yeah, he's a necromancer. He's generally a bad guy. But fun at parties.
He's going to be running around Fever.
Is he?
Yep.
Cool.
First night, we're open, he's outside. I've also seen a lot of red caps with a different hat design than what we do that I really like. It's basically two.
Oh, I don't like those. They look too jestery.
Oh. They're used a lot in the TSR Dungeons and Dragons video game. Neverwinter Night.
So right now, this clay, I've just put it on. It's actually really soft. So it's a little bit tough for me to get any good detail in it because this is water-based clay. So the thing with water-based clay, water-based clay is a mixture of, it's a powder and water. So it's like a mud puddle. It's like mud. It is mud. It's dirt and it's water. So if you think about a mud puddle that's really wet, if you run your finger through it, it fills in right behind you, just like a puddle of water would do. But a mud puddle just does it a little bit slower. Real thick, like drier mud, you run your finger through it, and it doesn't fill in quite as much. One of the reasons why people say you can get better detail out of oil-based clay is it's hard. So if you run your finger through it, if you're strong enough to do that, which you would have to be like Spider-Man strong. Hey, Rob, you have that mounded up and you have to get that smooth and flat. Cannot be over. Grab the rasp real quick and get that fixed. It cannot be mounded up like that, and it has to be level. The rasp is going to be in the mold making tools, probably that bottom drawer. Hang on a sec, I gotta avert a tragedy. These have to sit on the table flat, so there it is. It's underneath.
Oh.
Get this out of your way. Get this up here. you're not at grasp stage yet. Good.
No, it's just.
You're overachieving.
Oh, gotcha.
Leave this as clean as you can. Can you scrape and clean?
Yeah.
Great. And then smooth it back out. You have to keep those level because if you think about it, you don't want it rocking while you're sculpting on it.
Right. Yeah.
So it has to be level. Best of both worlds. You see my fingers, you see Rob's full body. When he's not hiding behind a lamppost. Literally. This is a lamppost. For my lamp. Ah, I'm hooked on a lamppost.
Okay, that's interesting.
What's that?
No, it's just I did overachieve.
So now this is a cat man, so there's definitely going to be some human anatomy that'll be in this that isn't in cats, like a chin per se. But what you gotta do, yo? Now 7:23. I want to have this sculpted by 8, which I think is certainly possible.
Then we cast it.
Then we will mold it tonight. I will not be wetting this at all so that I can keep it drying so that it's ready for molding. There's some musculature that happens around the mouth. I was going to show you my mouth, but I can't because I have a beard. There's little kidney beans that are like right here on the side of the mouth, and that's a little piece of anatomy that helps your lips have some expression. Yeah, those are the little muscles that pull your lips, and you'll get little pronounced pouches there on people who frown a lot because that's their muscle. They have developed their frowning muscle. Not something to be excited about.
My crow's feet are really coming in.
That's good for laughing. It means you laugh some.
Yeah.
Crow's feet are kind of like laugh lines.
How many of those headphones do you want to make?
I'd like to take 10 to Transworld.
That can be done. That can be easy.
You should be able to make one every night we're in the shop. Pretty easy.
Oh yeah. No worries. Just add it to the routine.
Now let's see where this guy sits and lands. That's looking better.
Oh, it's so cold. So cold.
So cold.
It's cold as ass.
Something so strong could carry us away. You're as cold as ice. I've seen it before, it happens all the time. I'm going to look for a very certain sculpting tool, which sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. I'm looking for a W21, which is a Kemper sculpting tool. Kemper is the company name. This is not it, but it will work if I can't find my W21. It's on the smaller side. Has a woody handle. Not only is it one of my favorites, I think it's one of most people's favorites. It's up high on the list. Small, it probably fell down to the bottom. And anytime you have this many sculpting tools together, you are sure as heck going to stab yourself. And I am doing a lot of that.
It's true.
Stabbing the heck out of my hand as I dig through these tools.
What he says is true. I bleed at least once a week in the dark hour from getting stabbed by something.
So Rob, what is your job at Dark Hour? What are you working on right now?
We are building Annabelle's.
What's Annabelle's?
It is a new attraction that is replacing Carl's Playhouse. And very excited about it, actually. Point in fact, over the past 2 days, actually since last week, since Friday last week, I have been working on jail cells.
Which look very good, by the way. I got to see them today.
Thank you.
They were not in the least bit level, which is okay.
Well, okay. But it's been a lot of fun. I've been facilitating. I've kind of been floating around, helping out here and there. The main project was I was helping a fellow coworker today finish up a jail cell. But we're basically been working like crazy on this new show because we needed to be open up in time for our fever show. So lots to do, lots to do.
I cannot find my W21. I have found a couple different sculpting tools. This is similar, but bigger. I want to sculpt lip detail. The first one that I pulled out was this one, which is smaller, and it should work fine for the detail. Smaller loop. And these guys are just silicone tipped tools. One is a clay shaper, which has a flat chisel tip, and one's just a little bit round. Ligers, yes. Lots of people know and like ligers, but are you a fan of the Tygon? A Tygon is when the father is a tiger and the mother is a lion. That makes a Tygon, and they are dwarfs. They have these short little chubby legs, and they're very cool looking crossbreed animals. I don't know why we're talking about Tygons and ligers, but if we are, great.
I never heard of a Tygon. I will be looking those up later.
The haunt gods always demand a blood sacrifice. That is, Warren Maxwell is on. Hello, Warren.
That's true. That's right. I will agree with that. Well, in fact, I will say that now every time I bleed at the haunt.
Cool fact, Keith, about tigers and lion skulls. It articulates with straps on the back of your head. Yes. Basically, you strap the jaw mask on. Rob, would you bring me a two-piece werewolf mask in?
I will.
That way I can show them how it works. It won't glue on. You'll just put it on, Keith, with straps, and I'll show you exactly how you do that. The cat mask will not have fangs, but the actor will have teeth in, so that their teeth are... So yes, he'll have fangs, but not like massive fangs. So Rob is bringing me a very dusty werewolf mask.
It is. I'm sorry.
That maybe he can clean those up a little bit. And this mask is in two pieces too. See how this is strapped? And it looks like my head will not fit in a tiny little hole, but it will, because the power of elastic. Now, as that goes on, as I talk and as I move, it moves. Thanks. Top teeth line up with those bottom teeth.
Isn't that great?
This mask articulates. Doesn't have any lips, of course, but you do get the idea that I'm talking. So there you go. That is an articulating mask. So there. And you saw that there was one strap on the top of my head, holding it up this way. One strap on the back of my head, holding it tight to my face.
They're really fun masks. I think so, anyway.
Ligers and Tigons. Gotta love them. Some of my favorite crossbred animals. So yeah, I'll have some werewolves at Transworld too. And this is actually such watery clay that I'll probably end up doing most of my lip work as far as the lines and stuff with the silicone clay shaper tool. And I'm just defining this top lip so I know where to cut it. And I'm calming down the kidney bean shape I put on by just running my tool over it. That's taking a little bit of clay off, and it is taking the highs, and it's taking the highs off, and those highs get built up on the tool, and they get deposited in the low areas to even out that sculpture.
That just looks photoshopped.
What's that?
The Tygon.
Tygon?
Just looks photoshopped.
That is photoshopped.
Okay.
That's not a Tygon.
That didn't feel right.
They look stumpy. They look like dwarf lions.
Like that?
That is a Tygon. See how short their little legs are? So cute. They're gonna eat your face.
Here you go, guys.
Okay. If you over-exaggerate all the time when you speak, it would make your jaw tired. But that's not how haunted houses work. You do a group, and then you have 30 seconds. Or a minute, 2 minutes. Do a group again. You know, like you do. Did I get my lens dirty? Oh, I fixed it. No, it doesn't hurt. It's just straps, man. Cat facts. Yeah, it's just straps.
It's just straps.
You don't really need padding. It's just some elastic straps. It's not. There's not a leather buckle involved or anything like. It's just elastic. It's like your underwear. Do you need padding for your underwear? Because it's exactly the same as the elastic strap on your underwear. If this mask hurts, just put a bigger elastic strap on there. Okay, and I think I'm gonna dig a little bit on this guy. to get some sweet lip cupping action. I'll do that with my W21 because I cannot find my W21. Just dig a little.
What does it look like, man?
It looks like this, but smaller. This end. See how that's like a triangle almost?
Yeah.
And the back end of it is like a thumb because it's curved on the bottom and then flat on top. It's a wooden handle. None of those are it. But I appreciate your gusto.
Well, there was just some tools over here. Found a CR1 still in the fridge,
Ooh, fancy.
and a BT1.
Those are, oh, bring me that sweet BT1. This is from Cutting Edge Sculpture. This is a nice little tool. It's a twisted wire tool. And I couldn't find this one the other day, so I bought another. It is at my house. So yeah. See how pretty that is? And it just leaves a nice, it's a textured loop tool so that it takes little bites out of the clay, which is nice. It's just giving this a nice little texture kind of all over. It's amazing what each hand is good at. Like, I work pretty hard to be ambidextrous. This is my left hand. It might look like it's my right hand depending upon... Ezekiel Bradshaw. Hello, my friend. I did indeed. It's amazing what each hand... My left hand is actually stronger than my right hand, but I have a little less control. So right now I'm doing an action where I'm using my arm to drag the tool and I'm pulling in with my fingers. That's a little bit tough for my left hand. I'm doing it because I want to get better at using my left hand. And it's just this little controlled use, fine motor skills, harder with my left. If I just wanted to punch things, I'm pretty good at punching things with my left.
He is.
I'm not as good at like Etch-a-Sketch with my left.
He's pretty good with a sword too.
I do like to do the swordema fights. So I'm thinking about putting a knife fight, Rob, into the July show between one of the English hunters and a gypsy.
I want to do that.
I think that could be fun.
I want to do that.
You do?
Yes.
Then get a hold of Dale
Okay.
and say, Alan has told me to get a hold of you for this.
I will. Oh, that'd be awesome. You gonna have Saldivar come in?
As a gypsy?
Yeah, he would be great. Especially since of what he does.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of stage combat when I was at Fair. But when I retired from Fair, I stopped doing a lot of it.
I did a lot of stage combat on stage.
What kind of stage?
UNT, opera,
Gotcha.
and the theater arts department.
I see your tibble cancels out a couple of things.
And I learned stage combat from Dr. Joseph Campbell.
Okay.
No, Lou Campbell. Lou Campbell.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Should I know and be impressed?
No, not in the least.
Okay.
He's a theater person. Why would you know him?
This is doing such a good job of marrying all of these clay tech. And I'm not worried about the nose. The nose isn't really even part of the sculpture. The clay on the nose is here to cover up the nose of the head form so that I can mold it. You know, most of this is going to be cut out. But I'm really liking this little tool. Let's check our comments. So my best memory from this past weekend is actually going to dinner. I went to dinner with Brian and David Blair from Pumpkin Pulp, and Brett Molitor was there, and John from the Gemini Company, and I believe his wife. And right now, I'm a terrible person because I don't remember her name. We were having great conversation. Then she moved over so someone else could sit there, and then I didn't get to talk to her anymore. Because there was also a Zydeco band there. But it was a lovely meal. We got to talk haunt, and it was very nice. Big conventions are about stuff, and small conventions are about people. As long as you can find value in both of those, then almost all shows are worth going to. You can only go to one show, go to Transworld. You can only go to two shows, go to Transworld and MHC. Other than that, make up your mind, as you wish, location or whatever.
In MHC,
Elizabeth,
in Chicago.
thank you, Shannon Hops, you remembered. And the Gemini Company has some really awesome detailed products, like, they have like John Merrick's skeleton, which is beautiful.
What? They've got a full replica?
Oh,
of that?
it's beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah,
Did you
it's
get that from the
gorgeous.
Monster Museum?
No.
I knocked it out.
You are too. Quit that. Quit talking. Animals don't talk. So, I'm concentrating on my sculpture, so I got quiet.
They still need to make a Frankenstein with Anthony Hopkins in it so you can have all the classic monsters.
Have a trifecta.
Yes. Oh, and
The Gemini Company.
turns out Universal's still making their monster movies. They're just no longer in the same universe, but the next one.
They're all individuals.
Yes, they're now individuals instead of one
Yeah.
universe. And the next one is the Invisible Man. Which I don't think of him as a monster.
Okay. Yeah, you should find them. They're actually really cool. But they have a lot of cool little stuff. It's intricate, it's detailed. Their booth is kind of an experience. Your eye wanders around it and discovers little secrets, which is nice.
Ooh.
And
I think I've been to their booth at MHC last year.
they're
I looked at their furs.
no, I don't think so. They're a little bit like Dembski Creations. They're a little bit like the Black Moth Company.
They have like little curios of
They
like
do.
skeletons
Yes.
and things. Yeah.
Mhm. There's a couple companies that do that. I don't know if you were at the right one, but if you were, awesome. Anyway, they're very cool people. So look up their info.
I think they stuck out my head because I'm a Gemini. So
Go buy all their things.
go buy all their things.
Buy so many things. They're like, oh my gosh, we have no more.
I think I remember they had a really cool logo too.
Maybe it's a two-headed baby skeleton?
It is the two-headed baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Good logo.
All right, so I have some texture. Let me take you off of this thing. Let me turn around, bright eyes.
That's
Okay.
my hot take.
So do you see all of that, just that little rake texture? So here's something funny and ridiculous. No, I can't say go buy stuff. It's not a good tagline. All that little texture. I love putting that on my sculptures because you see that a lot in fine art sculptures, and it makes me feel more artsy if I put all those little rake lines in it. But it also, the reason why they do it, it helps you see form better, and it helps you, it helps even things out and smooth things out. Because there'll be another layer of smoothing out on top of even what this rake has done to get smooth. with just a little black sponge. And I'm just gonna see. I'm still pretty wet to do this, so I'm not actually gonna do that right now. I was wrong. The clay is too wet. So I'm gonna put this texture back in instead of that weird scorchy texture. Hey Rob, you remember that time that I had a 1-inch chip brush?
Yeah,
Those were good times.
those are good times.
Those were really good times.
I can make that happen.
I would like to remember those times by having a 1-inch chip brush again. That would make me very happy.
All right.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, good.
I appreciate it.
There you go.
Shop help is the best help.
A spare right next to your brownie.
Correct. Ooh, a brownie. Ooh, life is good. Life's been good to me so far.
I took Nora to a Razoo's Friday night. It's like, we're gonna have Cajun food.
You're sick of seeing all your friends post Cajun pictures?
Yeah, I had to get ahead of that one.
Gotcha. There are 2 stops that we have to make on the way to New Orleans. One is Préjean's Restaurant, which is good Cajun food. And another, there's a gas station that has really good food.
Boudin balls.
We always stop at. They have boudin balls, they have boudin sausage, they have crawfish pies and meat pies.
Man. And you would never know it driving by it. You'd like, oh,
Sketchy little gas station with delicious food.
which isn't always the case.
Let's say it's rarely the case. I think that's fair.
So down here in Texas, almost every other gas station serves the best tacos.
Delicious tacos, yes. Pull the hair out. Sometimes hairs come out of your brushes. A lot of folks will say, do this to your brush before you ever touch it to your project. I have found the 45 seconds I spend getting all the loose hairs out of my brush is greater than the 7 seconds it takes to pull the one hair that falls out. So I don't normally do that. But as we've established, I'm not the best at things. Okay. Take a drink, take a whiskey drink, a drink of vodka drink. Sing the songs that remind you of the best times, sing the songs that remind you of the worst times. I also, Rob, ordered 200 frickin' Masquerade mask liners.
Cool.
So I have a bunch of those coming.
Well, that's fun.
Masquerade. It is a really nice foam liner that goes in the eyes of a mask in order to make it more comfortable. So just like Keith was saying, oh, I bet that would hurt. That would probably hurt after a while. It doesn't. But if it does, you put a mask liner in there in case the mask is pressing on your eyes weird or whatever. They're miracle things. I mean, I have done the same thing before with making it out of foam, just like foam glasses. Mm-hmm. You put them inside the mask and around the eyes of the mask. But and I think I want a little more meat right here. I can shape this and pull it down later. What you working on, Rob?
Trying to pull this out without killing myself.
Is it ready?
Yeah, could be. I think so.
Well, if it's not, then your nose falls off and you've ruined it.
No, I'll give it some more time.
I would give it a little more time. So I've used my clay shaper. I put a little wad on there that I want to just be a little bit of a fat pocket or muscle or something. under the lip. I think I could use a little more texture down here, a little more landscape change. And I blop on, and I've smoothed it a little bit with this. Now I'm going to smooth it out further with this guy, which will give me those cool rake marks again. Makes me feel a little artistic. I feel like I'm in a college figure sculpting class. Yes, I'm going to sculpt this like one of my French girls. Not that I've ever sculpted French girls. I have sculpted a lot of Jewish demons. That was one of my...
Okay.
There's apparently a long list of demons.
There it is.
And I was given descriptions of them, and I had to sculpt them based off of the descriptions. It was like 19 different demon sculptures out of the Torah,
Yeah,
I think.
It's called the Torah.
Yeah. It paid good. I was young, I needed the money. Those are accurate, and I'm not discussing prostitution.
Just had to sculpt demons, okay.
To me, they were monsters. And I was like, is this for a film? Or no, I just want them. Oh, okay. You're obviously more loaded than me.
Right. Pay for this? Okay.
And I did preface with, I really don't know what I'm doing. Those are my first silicone molds. And my first foray really into, like little statues and figures. Later, I ended up sculpting a bunch of things for trophies.
Do you know what he did with those?
I have no idea.
Okay. So a few things.
It was one of those, like, it's a project that lasts 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
So you see that person and hang out with them, during that time. But then they're gone.
Yeah. There's only a few things you actually did that for.
He just wanted them, he said. Okay, now let's look at this. Oh, mask liners. You found them. Good job.
Masquerade?
Oh, do I have a copy of every mask I've ever made? Oh, heck no. I've made over 1,000 masks.
I don't even have a copy of all the masks I've made.
Over 1,000 masks. And I'm not even talking about like one-offs. If you're talking about one-off masks, let's see, I did 7 years, bringing 250 masks to the show. That's a lot of masks. But those are all like one of a kind. And then, I made a bunch not at shows, or, I made more for MHC. I think I brought 40 masks. I did 40 new masks for every MHC. So I've made a lot of like one of a kind masks. But as far as sculpts and molds, I've made over 1,000. And I'm not a collector, so I'm not gonna keep them. And frankly, my early stuff wasn't that great. It was okay, it got the job done, but it wasn't nearly as refined or anatomically correct or as visually appealing as it is now. And I don't think I am a great sculptor right now. I'd say I'm good. I've seen enough sculptures from people to say I'm good. I'm not great, but I'm good. I'm not bad. Certainly room for improvement, and I'm trying to improve all the time, yo. Let's see.
I've recently seen some very bad sculpts on the internet.
Will you do a split at the top of the Cupid bow? Isn't the Cupid bow the top lip?
Yes.
This mask won't have that. This is a cat mask, so it does, and you probably can't see it from, see that split? The top cat head has a split. So, yes, I will in the past, because I did. Is that the right way to answer that? I don't know. I believe I've answered you correctly. Okay, so imagine this was all the same color. I'm gonna so you can see. Alan sings the 80s all night at the shop. Absolutely. So, there you go.
You got to see his rendition of Dancing Queen.
Dancing Queen, Dancing Queen. I don't know any of the words, but I just sing different things to dun dun dun. Cabbage feet. I know I have cabbage feet. Cabbage feet.
That is a totally different song.
Yes. I've also learned that you can sing anything to the tune of the Gambler. Like any words. If you just sing in the right cadence to the Gambler, it works out just fine. But I have a hard time starting to sing the Gambler.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm stuck in my head about it. Man, it's like Kenny Rogers. All right. Yeah, no one to hold.
So the reason why I have a hard time starting it, it's because there's turn the page kind of starts similar,
Yeah.
you know. But it's
What was that movie?
on a dark and stormy evening on a train outbound from nowhere. That one. That's Kenny Rogers, who sadly that is now a celebrity that I look like. Fat guy, big gray beard.
Yeah. Don't
terrible.
don't do Kenny Rogers. Do Grizzly Adams.
Well, I don't intend to look like Kenny Rogers. I
Dan
just got
Haggerty.
fat and have a gray beard.
No, you're Dan Haggerty.
Gotcha. As long as I don't get like George R.R. Martin proportions, I'll be good.
I'll kill you and everybody else you care about.
I'll also have to get a foot shorter, I think.
Yeah.
Hello, hairy beastie. In Texas, I think you can shoot almost anyone. So they said I think in Texas it's illegal to shoot ABBA members.
If you get 10 people that testify in a court of law saying they deserved it, you can't.
Right. He deserved killing. Still a law. I know you thought it was outdated, but no.
You can get shot in Texas for walking on somebody's property with a wire cutter in your back pocket.
Well, those are tools to commit a burglary.
Or to cut wires so you can let the whole cattle out. We still hang you for stealing a horse. You know, in Houston, you can get shot for riding an ugly horse.
For riding an ugly horse?
Yeah.
Is the expectation that you would just spend more to have a nice horse? Why is that a law? I don't understand your angry cowboy ways.
There's all kinds of weird laws in Texas, man. There's weird laws all over this country. Like, you can't have oranges in your hotel room in California for some reason.
You don't know where they got them from.
Well, like most oranges in California.
Stealing an orange, like off a tree, is a felony in Florida. Wait, it's worse than a misdemeanor. It's not a misdemeanor. It's like a big deal because of orange grove theft.
Is that I guess that's a thing.
Well, there's cattle rustling in Texas, and apparently people steal oranges in Florida.
Sure. I guess I have to accept that.
Okay, so I'm feeling like this is sculpted. Rob, will take a look at this.
Oh, that looks pretty solid.
That matches up pretty good. By the time we have hair here, I think that's gonna read
kinda
together
nice.
pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Just so you guys can see the finished product. And Rob,
Yes.
well, I just moved some things around. Why don't you talk them through what you're doing?
I am dry brushing and prepping some masks. As you can see, we've got a couple of Asian cat demons here. Got a couple of LED witches. Just getting dry brushed out. Pretty much what I'm doing. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have.
Read them comments, yo.
It's illegal to hold a rubber duck upside down in Mobile, Alabama.
Legal to hold what?
It is illegal to hold a rubber duck upside down in Mobile, Alabama. Thank you, Fondon.
I wonder what a upside down rubber duck. Like what caused that law? I would love to know that.
Yeah, that's a really good question. We were just recently in Alabama, point in fact, and it's part of the reason.
Purpose.
It's part of the reason why I have much shorter hair now. Grizzly Allen.
That works.
That works. Third degree of terror. Thank you, third degree of terror. Just for men, art
That's
class.
Warren. Bigfoot Warren.
That is?
Yeah.
Nice. Art classes with Kenny Rogers and Luke Skywalker. What? What? Wait, what? No. I don't know what you're talking about, Ezekiel.
You look a bit like Luke now.
Okay.
Not Luke then, but Luke now.
But not then. I'm definitely not Luke then. Oh, that was a long time ago. I think I was a little child when Star Wars came out. I saw it in the theater.
78?
Yep. Hey guys, from Mr. Jimmy FX Creations, Old Man Luke. Thank you. I'm so glad everybody's on ball with that. My son says you look like Luke Skywalker all the time. He thinks I know the real Luke.
Me? Alan? Or Rob?
Me.
Okay.
Because you look like Kenny Rogers. We've established this.
Yeah.
I look like Luke Skywalker when Rey handed him the lightsaber. As long as I don't look like Luke Skywalker when he's milking that big thing on the shore.
Oh yeah, the space cow. What the hell was that?
I don't know, but it was unnecessary. Oh yeah, so I have much less hair, guys. It's all gone.
He looks way less homeless. Not unhomeless.
I do, but it's cold in the shop. That's why I'm wearing my hipster beanie.
It's a hipster reading. Rob acknowledges it.
No, I'm just referring to what you referred to it as.
See,
Way less homeless. Thank you, Ezekiel. Appreciate it.
I wish someone hadn't lost my other 2x4.
Probably got thrown away. How many do you need? Thank you, Keith. I can bring you some tomorrow.
I need like 10 chunks like this.
Done.
Okay.
Awesome.
Remember.
10. 10 less than a foot chunks of 2x4.
Yes.
I'll make that many just working on the walls tomorrow.
What a tangled web we weave when first we start to film stuff. Because there's so many cords.
I'm freaking out my thoughts. I can't get the spectators.
You bite your thumb at me, good sir?
I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. I just simply bite my thumb.
Nay, I bite my thumb.
You want, sir? Really? Are we really tossing Romeo and Juliet back at each other? That is uncharacteristic of both of us. You always struck me as more of a Macbeth type of guy. Whereas I like Midsummer's Night's Dream.
Yeah, I can't get into that one. Too
Well,
weird.
When I was in college, I saw a production of it done on rollerblades, and by God, that was the worst version of it I've ever seen.
Midsummer Night's Dream on rollerblades.
On rollerblades.
That sounds pretty terrible.
It was college, man. I'm gonna tell you.
There is such a thing as too high for theater class.
Not the college I went to. Dude, my college is so liberal, it was a jazz school.
A jazz school?
UNT is famed for its jazz program.
The University of North Texas?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've also got one of the leading opera programs. Yeah, jazz. I didn't major in any of those things.
Okay.
Roy Orbison went to UNT.
Sure, that's fine.
Peter Weller went
Why
to
are you
UNT.
getting upset?
Oh,
RoboCop went to UNT?
yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Check the comments, Rob.
Yeah, RoboCop went to UNT. I prefer to think of him as Buckaroo Banzai, but more people probably know him as RoboCop.
Oh, for sure.
Hello from Scotland.
Hello. I heard you.
No, that's Field Walker Masks.
Oh, yeah. I gotta look at their stuff up.
The father-daughter dance was amazing. Thanks for asking. I posted pictures online. Time for my monthly bath. Peace to all. All right. Jazz hands. That is different than actual jazz. Jazz hands is a Bob Fosse move.
Who said jazz hands?
Who said jazz hands? Why? Because you want to give him.
I just one of them.
Line cook Thor.
See.
Jazz hands. Bob Fosse, ball kick chain, jazz hands.
Right.
I'm not the guy with a master's in musical theater. I'm just saying.
Way to deflect, Rob. Way to deflect. Start off on poor Justin, who's not even in the room, to cover that shit up. There you go.
No, my degrees are completely worthless.
Right. He could be employed.
He could be employed. I am worthless. He is working in this field.
He is a theater part of musical theater.
Yeah. He's one of the few people I know that went to college and is actually working in the field their degree functions in. I know so many people went to college and don't work anywhere near their degree.
Slap it. What I'm doing now is I'm building up a wall that's going to be here, because here's where I'm going to make the mold of this guy. I'm not going to mold this whole head for this piece, because I don't need to. Not only do I not need to, I don't want to. That would be a waste of plaster. So I only need this much of this mask.
Well, you could wall mold it, couldn't you? If you really, really wanted to.
I'm about to make walls and just go.
Are you sure that isn't a master's in bullshitting? Thanks. Who, me? No. Yeah, kind of. It's philosophy and theology. Alan, have you ever done any notable work on film?
Hold on, who said that? Here it comes.
Look what you-
Warmonger, you've asked a question, and I get that a lot. I'm gonna pull out my fat man stool and sit down and have a talking to you. Have I ever done any work on film? No.
You brought this on yourself.
No, I haven't. I don't care about film. I don't work in film. I'm a haunted house guy. I work in haunted houses. I make monsters to make haunted houses better. There are some people who are called to work in film. It is insulting to me that anytime I tell someone that I'm a monster maker or a special effects artist, and I say I do work for haunted houses, they say, "Oh, you should get in the movies." When you talk to someone who's a successful residential plumber, you don't say, "Oh, you should do commercial plumbing. That's where it's at. You ought to be a commercial plumber." No. I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing for a living. I hate film. Film is hurry up and wait. You work for 6 months on something that is seen for 6 seconds, if you're lucky. And then you can't even talk about it. You don't even own it. When I make a monster for a haunted house, I make what I decide to make 9/10 of the time. I make it. I can sell it to whoever wanted me to make it, and then I can sell it again. I own it. Haunted houses and theater are completely viable options for a special effects artist. It could be that I was a sculptor and a special effects artist who only did billboards, and that would be fine. That's what they choose to do. That's what they want to be doing. Are there some frustrated film makeup artists who work at haunted houses? Yes, probably. Right now in the haunted house world, I am a moderate to medium-sized fish in a medium to small-sized pond. I have no desire to do film, but if I wanted to, there are so many makeup artists churned out every year to get into film. Everybody's there are people who have worked on projects that you love, you don't even know their name because there's so many special effects artists out there. For film, for TV. If someone works on TV special effects, that's fine, let them. Don't tell them they ought to work on movies. They're happy. I work in haunted houses. I'm a haunted house guy. I make monsters because haunted houses need monsters, and I love haunted houses and I love monsters. I don't work in film. Doesn't mean that I can't work in film. Doesn't mean that I'm not good enough to work in film. I freaking love what I do.
Doesn't mean he hasn't worked in film.
I love what I do. I have made the mistake of helping on some film projects. I helped make the alligator tail in Joe Dirt. And if that is what you remember me for, I am pissed off at you because I have done so much other cool crap in my life through haunted houses, through YouTube, that why do I have to be validated by something seen on screen for 6 seconds that frankly is made to less quality because it doesn't have to last as long as something made for a haunted house?
Husker du, Husker no.
I digress. You did ask? No, I haven't. Maybe, but I wouldn't tell because I'm a haunted house guy. I am not a movie guy. And that is perfectly okay. I love haunted houses. I got off of my figurative soapbox, my literal stool. You sorry you asked? I bet you are. That's about as irate as I get, by the way. But that's not true. I do get more irate than that. Ask Rob. He knows. But
I bring out the best.
There we go. So, Warmonger, you're probably sorry you asked. He's like, thanks, I was just curious.
I'm sorry.
But I love what I do. I love haunted houses. That's my medium. A lot of the time, people will say, oh yeah, you've got this great big room at your haunt. You could rent that out for weddings and stuff. I don't want to be in the wedding business. I want to be in the haunted house business. I like the business that I'm in. But you could just do it for extra money. Or I could get more people in my haunted house. Help me do that. Don't try and make me a wedding planner, jerk face.
Who wants to get married in a haunted house?
Oh, that's fine. If they want to get married in a haunted house, that's great.
I do. But not the one I work at. Is that crazy?
That yellow smoothie, that is not a divider from a Harbor Freight storage case. They actually have, this is a putty spreader from Harbor Freight. It comes in like a pack of 20. There's 20 of them all together. And they're awesome. I use these for all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it's a nice plastic, and it's really good for smoothing. There's another question here too. What's a good way to get into the field? Start making stuff. When I say go make stuff, that's not just like a witty catchphrase. That's like life advice. Go make stuff. Go make things. Doesn't matter what you accomplish in a computer. You look at the computer and the computer stays the same. You didn't make the computer bigger. You didn't make the computer better. You didn't change that computer. So no matter how hard you work, you don't see change if that computer isn't on the certain program, whatever you worked on. But if you go frame a house, you can see there was nothing here and now there's walls. If you paint something, that used to be green and now it's freaking orange, and that's awesome. Doesn't matter what it is, if you go make stuff, you have started. How do you get started in this field? Start making stuff. I don't care if you can afford clay. It doesn't matter. Make stuff out of tinfoil. Tinfoil is a great sculpting medium, and a lot of times it's free. So, make stuff out of that. Paper mache. Make stuff out of that. Dirt cheap to get into making things. And those sculpting skills carry over. When you sell 10 paper mache pieces that you've made, then you can buy some clay, buy some sculpting tools. Just start making stuff. That's how you get started. The world today, we are so bombarded with information. Everything you ever wanted to know is at your fingertips, literally. That we get stuck in what I call paralysis by analysis, where I want to start making masks. I should learn everything before I start. No, because I can't give you answers until your hands are dirty, because you don't know the questions to ask, because you haven't done it. Do it. Do something. Start. No one's going to get chastised for doing things incorrectly if you're doing something. What you get is, hey, let me help you do this better. There are no stupid questions unless you haven't done it, you're never going to do it, you're just wasting my time. And that happens sometimes. I still answer the questions, but those try my patience, because I can tell by what they're asking they've never done anything. Try something once, make one thing, make a few mistakes, and then ask me, how do I fix that? How do I get around that? It's not that I want you to pay to learn. That's not it.
If that was the case,
It's
you
that
wouldn't do all the videos for free.
You can't understand it until you're doing it. There is a book called The Book of Five Rings, one of my favorite books. And when I first got into sword play and martial arts, and which I started martial arts to be better at haunting, by the way, because I took ninjutsu because they were good at hiding and they were good at giving a show. If you look like you're going to kill someone, they'll run away. That's part of ninjutsu, ninja mind control. That is, that's part of it. So I started studying ninjutsu to be a better haunter. Hide, move quietly, and then jump out. Yeah, okay, perfect.
Patience.
Patience, yeah. And where the heck was I going? Book of Five Rings. I read that, and I'm like, well, this is kind of neat. And I put it on a shelf. And then I did more martial arts, and I got into sword fighting, and I really learned how to sword fight. And then I went back and I read Book of Five Rings again, and everything was crystal clear because I had done it. And that is when you can understand. It's the same sentence over and over again of, if you want to really learn something, teach. I've learned more in the past 10 years through YouTube and teaching at shows and conventions because I really have to know it so that I can teach it. It's also Bruce Lee. My favorite quotes from Bruce Lee is, when I was beginning martial arts, a punch was just a punch and a kick was just a kick. As I was learning martial arts, a kick was more than a kick and a punch was more than a punch. Once I have mastered martial arts, a punch is just a punch and a kick is just a kick. And it's the fact that he's done it. He understands. And there's so much muscle memory in what he's doing, he can't execute it well just by doing it. You do get muscle memory for making molds. You certainly get muscle memory for sculpting. And I think you could even call it double muscle memory, because your muscles are remembering how to sculpt muscles. That's cool. But anyway, I have a mold to make, and you guys are making me rant. Okay.
Needed to happen. You need to let it out.
Hey, Scott posted a link for the spreaders.
Sweet.
Transformation is satisfying. Anything else is a step down, regardless of others think it's a step up. I agree with you, Eric. I love what I do. one of those rare people. I'm pretty much exactly where I want to be. Thank you, Line Cook Thor. Very kind of you. Glad you enjoy the YouTube videos. I make props. I'm not great at it, but I'm good at it, and you help me out with something. No, thank you. Glad you are making stuff. Be careful. In less than a year, you'll wonder how you got so busy. You ain't lying. Once you start making stuff, it's funny because people's attitude towards you changes. You're not a person who thinks or who thinks about things. You're a person who gets things done. Finished is more important than perfect. And that's true with people, and that's true with projects. Finished is more important than perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Just get your stuff done. Although you could argue that people are never finished. They're always learning. Anyway, I have a mold to make. Making me rant. I've ranted for 20 minutes. I haven't got anything done. What's a good way to get your work noticed? Do work.
Do work.
Do work. If your work isn't being noticed, you're not doing enough work. I hate to say that, but that's probably what it is. Do work. And get work done. Okay, this is getting exciting, and you can't see any of it because I'm a jerk. There we go. Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Would you mix me up one finger of plaster?
Ja. I'm gonna make that happen, yeah. Whew. Aha.
Is there about one finger in there?
There's just, yeah, it's just about perfect. It's kind of worked out well. That, you know what?
It'll work.
And you're probably right to add
What?
that tinfoil hat goes. Man. Awful. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be hilarious.
But he won't get a lot of pictures taken.
Oh, I don't know. He might have. It was gonna be stunning.
Well, he hasn't before.
Well, that's because I haven't played him before. Get me out there with a sign and a big tinfoil hat. I was gonna do a Napoleon style hat. It's gonna be fantastic.
You believe he was going to be fantastic.
I believe he is gonna be fun, loud,
You don't know that that's the case.
I was
You
confident.
could have gone out there and froze like the first night you did Igor. You did great the second night. First night you were pretty quiet.
I was finding my space, finding my legs.
Right. And you'd have to do that with tinfoil hat guy too.
No, I've already got him.
Whereas other guys,
Where is Heinrich's gonna just go out there
now you're ready.
and get names.
He's ready.
Is he good? Oh, I've got so many ideas for his costume.
Good. Great.
I'm gonna go get big old Professor patches for the sweater.
Oh, yeah?
Those. Yeah. Add some color. I'm gonna get rid of the apron. Or get a different kind of.
Oh, I like the apron.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Papa Chops though.
No one even knows Papa Chops is wearing an apron.
A lot of people thought I was Papa Chops.
No, they didn't. You're just a different guy in a homeless beard. Rob comes here for my support.
Yes.
That's what he comes here for.
Him and my other boss at Dark Hour are both two of the most nurturing people I've ever met.
Nurturing and supportive. That's the atmosphere that you're embedded in.
Interns come in, they're like, oh my god, y'all really put up with this? Actually, the interns had a great time with us. I learned how to sweep real good.
Sweeping. It's 10% of professional hockey.
Man, is it ever.
Maybe it's 30.
People think we're kidding when we say that. So, no. Cleaning is a large part of the job.
Just like in here, everything we do makes a mess.
Everything we do makes a mess. This is the cleanest shop state for anyone.
Okay, I now have some pledge on my sculpture. Pledge is just released to keep the clay from the plaster. And I'm going to cut in a key.
Okay, we're life on Mars over here.
Okay.
So let's sit for a minute, and then I'll stir it up, and you can begin to apply. I have big plans for you, big boy.
For the record, he's talking to a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Not like something he said to me off camera. That'd
No.
be weird.
No, weird. A little weird. Maybe when we're in St. Louis.
Is this Bubba Sanger? Was that the Bubba that this is? Hello, Bubba. Good. I hope that you get in the habit of working on stuff while I'm on and working on stuff. Hello, David. And hello, Bubba. Bubba, didn't you help me sculpt a little bit at MHC? Didn't you sit down at the table and sculpt for a little while? Did I remember that right? What do you need?
I was making sure you had a brush.
I'll use that brush.
Okay.
He did indeed. That's right.
I'm about to start mixing this up for you.
Okay.
You ready?
Mix it up, mix it up.
And it's going to kick pretty quick, so.
This is dirty water,
Yep.
and you mix it a little thicker than normal.
Just a touch.
Okay. I can handle it.
I know.
I ain't scared.
I know. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing better than I do. I'm still learning.
Me too. I'm learning all the dang time.
I feel like that guy from Kill Bill. I'm not bald. I shave my head. Do you want this thing? You are the Hataro Hanzai.
I even sold a couple of masks I had originally made for myself. That's awesome. My day is actually going very well. I had a very productive day at work. I can't complain. I'm very happy with the progress of Annabelle's Haunted House, which we are building at Dark Hour. I think that's coming along swimmingly. So, yeah.
It's going to be a great house.
It'll be a good show.
It's going to be so fun.
You think it's going to be fun. You have to be careful saying that. Because it's not necessarily, it can't be true yet.
I can say I think things.
You can.
It's just an aesthetic. I personally think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's an aesthetic that I really like.
Okay.
Personally.
But as of yet, it hasn't existed.
That's true.
I'm tapping it to get bubbles out. You know what? While this is setting up a little, I'm going to heat gun my mask just to firm that clay up a little more. I'm going to plug into the camera and try and not blow a breaker. Yep, it's hot.
No break.
What I'm doing is I'm firming up that pledge that I just put on there.
Cool.
We'll do one more thing in this clay wall. So Rob,
Yes, sir.
tell me why I'm doing this.
Why you're building a clay wall up?
We already got a clay wall. Why am I doing this?
Why are you putting mold release on it?
Why am I doing this? Scratching up this wall.
Oh, so that the plaster has something to hold on to as you pile it up around that chin.
Well, it'll help for that. But once this is done, I need the wall off this side. So I want that plaster rough to grab onto it.
Okay. I'll make it easier for you to pull it off.
Well, it'll make it the plaster that I add second. This will be a two-piece mold.
Oh, yeah.
But the one piece is going to be out in space. Kind of. It's too much to sum up. Let me explain.
Lonely out in space.
What song is that?
A Rocket Man.
Rocket Man! That's all I know of Rocket Man. It's gonna be a long, long time. Is that the same song?
Yes.
Okay, great.
You didn't strike me as a big Elton John.
I do like Elton John.
Oh, yeah.
Sat on the roof, kicked off the wall.
I grew up listening to.
Got
you remember
me
what?
by the collar.
This weird. No, I'm not gonna have this much.
I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind if I put down in words
That was my song on my wedding.
how wonderful life
We danced to it.
now that you're in.
Nobody videotaped.
And now you're okay with it, right?
Well, no, because we went through. I mean, I hired a dance instructor. And we took 6 weeks worth of dance lessons. So
Did
we
you hire a videographer?
Yeah, there was a videographer there.
They suck.
Yeah. So did the photographer. Nobody got it. Nobody got anything.
Terrible. Oh. Had another friend who, their photographer, their card got corrupted. All the pictures gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
that hurts. That hurts. That's painful.
Yep.
I hope you don't mind.
Hope you don't mind if I put down in words.
Is that latex? Yeah, it's just latex. That's it. Flush.
I don't understand people who like olives. I'll just eat salt. Thanks.
Olives are good.
You said that like it was a question.
I'm surprised you don't like them.
I don't like olives.
Okay. I do. I like most foods, actually.
Yes, you do.
Uh,
You're fairly easy to please food-wise.
yes. I draw the line at super fishy foods.
Super fishy.
Like mackerel, things like that.
Orange roughy.
Catfish.
Catfish is not really that fishy.
It is.
It's a white fish, so it's a lighter flavor.
Yeah, but you freeze it in milk overnight, it comes out great.
Or you could just broil it really good with lemon.
Yeah, that'll work. But my favorite is crappie, though.
You like crappie?
Oh, man. When you pulled in, I was going to tell you, let's blow this off into a fish.
Perch. Perch is really good.
I've never eaten perch.
It's great.
Is it?
Yeah,
But you gotta catch like 30 of them to make one
You-
meal.
you do, unless you catch a Nile perch. And they weigh like 90 pounds.
I don't know if I've got that kind of test line ready.
I do.
Of course you do.
90-pound test on all my rods in case I get a 5 or 6 foot gar.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Makes sense. Gar can fight, man.
So if you guys are watching what I'm doing, I'm not putting this on and painting it. I'm not smoothing it around, because all you do when you spread it around with a paintbrush is you thin out what you put on. I want to build up a nice thick layer. So I keep adding it to the middle. As I add it to the middle, its weight is making it spread out. So I am getting a thickness all the way around just by adding it to the middle. And I want that to be a nice thick section of the mold. If you think about it, on this piece, that's where all the detail is. I don't really have to spend a lot of time worried about air bubbles. Anywhere else, I might have some under the chin. I'm going to take care of those with a little bit of a wiggle of the brush. Wiggling the brush lessens the surface tension, and that allows air bubbles to escape. The air bubbles, I want to break free. They want to do that. And they can't, because that plaster is just heavy over top of them. If you shake it, when you shake things, things can come to the surface. So what are you guys working on right now? What projects do you guys have going? Go ahead and tell me in these commencios. Is that the leprechaun, right?
Yeah.
You're doing a good ruddy skin tone. That looks nice, Rob.
Thanks. All right. Hand thing of love. Funny things, I still remember the first video of Alan's that watched the Necronomicon.
Aha!
Nice. On average, how many copies of each mask do you make? That is a good question.
I don't know if there is an average. I know that I make probably my most used mold. I pulled 50 masks from it.
How we put 50 out of these elves?
Yeah, but I've made multiple copies of those elves. So, yeah, about 50 is their life expectancy. And I'll make a new mold before that is up. So probably average 15. It's rare that I make less than 10 of a mask. If I was only going to make 2 or 3, I'd buy it. You know? Right now, my least used mold, I think, is a Demigorgon. I've had 4 pulls out of that.
The Demi-Morgan.
The Demi-Morgan, exactly.
I think it Phil's wife every time.
As you should. She would be honored.
Wouldn't she?
Yeah. Just a great velociraptor impersonation. Not physically, just in temperament. This is my life now. I would love to talk to you guys, but I have to do the plaster. My plaster is getting wonderfully thick.
Yeah, we don't have... He's chemically committed, guys. So, my newest project is learning 3D modeling. Awesome.
Oh, awesome. What kind of program are you using?
That's Fonlin. Somebody asked, do we still have Piggins? Actually, I have 2. I'm preparing for Transworld.
Well, I have 2 or 3 left. That's it. The
That's-
mold has been busted up, and I have 2 or 3 Piggins left. And that's all the Piggins there's ever going to be.
I have some prepared. Would you like me to set one aside for you at Transworld? We can do that. Do you ever use Monster Clay? He does, actually. We all use Monster Clay from time to time.
There are things that Monster Clay is really good at. There's a lot of things that it's bad at. One of the things that it's good at is you can melt it down and pour it into like latex or silicone molds. So it's very good because you can do a pour in. There were several people asking questions on Haunter's Hangout recently. And the answer in both cases has been, make a silicone mold of that, and then you can pour in monster clay, make your corrections, and remold it.
There is three.
There are 3 pagans.
3 pagans. All of existence that we have to move. And we will move them.
If we're gonna do deluxe pagans, I don't know. Did you still want to do that, Rob?
Yeah. Absolutely. I was holding off on painting those. Yeah, I'll make them deluxe. Ain't no problem with that whatsoever. That's my phone painting.
Because you have an attentive SO.
I do. She's quite remarkable. But she wants to be. She got her kid back.
Great.
Yeah, she's happy about that.
All right, so this mold is pretty much where it needs to be. I know these sides are really nice and thick. And my chin, I might want it to be a little thicker. So I'm just scraping off of the sides, getting that nice and even. And I'm adding material to the chin. This is much more of a liberal way of making molds. Taking from those that have plenty, giving it to the ones that don't have a lot. And the ones that don't have a lot are appreciative. And they'll be better workers. Meaning my mold won't break, because there's no plaster on the chin. Okay, I am hardening up. I'm getting firm. What you looking at, Rob?
Your mold.
Why is that?
Now we're gonna pour it. Just brace it in the bucket.
No,
No?
no,
Set it in clay?
no.
Okay.
We're gonna take this off.
Right.
I want to flip it over. And why I scarred up that edge is I'm going to build a wall inside of the mold and do more plaster.
Oh,
It'll be a bowl.
it will be a bowl. Nice. That's why you roughed it up.
Some of the elves are done that way.
Hmm.
It's going to take about 10-15 minutes till I can mess with it too much.
So 9 o'clock?
I guess. Yeah. Now I could go on a rant.
You could.
What is my most popular mask? Well,
Krampus.
Piggin was very popular. Yeah, but see, Krampus isn't like one mask. Krampus is, I've got like 6 different molds for Krampuses. I make a lot of Krampus masks. I think I sell the most of my elf mask. Rob, can you bring an elf mask over here?
Finished one or one in
Just
process?
one that you're working on.
Okay.
This one.
He's got a bunch of different molds of this going on too.
I have 4 molds for this guy. And it has been a werewolf. It has been a Krampus. It has been, this will be a leprechaun. And I sell leprechaun and elf 6-packs. Meaning you'll get 6 of them for $500. Then they have hair and hats and everything. So,
Here.
yeah. So I sell a lot of those.
Here. Elf kind.
Oh, here's an elf. Here's an elf all finished out. Has his fancy hat with him. He's got a little bit of frostbite on his ear tips and his nose. He's all painted up. Ready to go. Gonna make some milk jug skulls. That's cool. I have not ordered the new Ed head. There are things I like about it, and there's some things I don't like about it. What I don't like about it is I still think it's too shallow. There are no ears on it, and that wall is probably right at the midline of the ear on it. So to sculpt an ear on it, you have to move the ear forward on the head, and it won't look right. But if you're just making a little face mask, then you're fine. This is a female Krampus mask that I made during Monster Camp. And Rob's going to pour up a couple of these.
Yes, I am.
You know what? Just one more.
Just one more?
Yeah. You know what? We'll use this one.
I'll pour up. It's nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but it's where are they going to go? That's the kicker. The booth has a design.
Right.
The booth has a design. Oh, by the way, for the record, this cord right here has been chewed up by some.
How I brought the pellets to my grandparents. The ladies know that. Killed a lot of rats.
See. While we were unconnected, Rob was touting the merits of peanut butter as a rat catching device. Yes. ROUSs, exactly. Second to the elf was probably my Piggin mask. Piggin I sold over 50 of in just like 2 years or so. So he was a very popular mask. He was also very messed up.
And we have 3 left.
We have 3 Piggins left. Someone did say that they wanted one. I don't shoot me a message if you want me to hold it. But normally I wouldn't hold it. I would just say, hey, come and buy it.
There will be 3 at Transworld.
Come to the trans world.
There'll be 3 Piggins and 2 clowns.
8:50 is like 9 o'clock, right?
A bunch of other stuff. You get so excited. You're like a kid for Christmas.
I'm ready. I feel as if I waited. I deserve this.
Yeah.
So this clay has little plaster chips in it. I'm throwing it away. Okay, I'm not going to keep this clay. Can you keep and reuse clay? Yes, you can. Do I? No. Does that make me a terrible person? I don't think so.
Absolutely.
Other things make me a terrible person.
That's
That's pretty low on the list.
color space. Oh, scared me for a second.
I can use this clay to make that wall that I was talking about.
Well, that's an interesting.
Now I have my head form back. What's that?
Just thinking. About green. Don't do it?
No, it doesn't work so good.
Oh, you tried?
I have.
Oh. Leopard. Green. Why not?
How popular are flesh-colored shirts?
Not at all.
Right. Why is that?
Because it's not flattering. Just like flesh-colored yoga pants.
What color do leprechauns always wear?
Green.
See where I'm going with
I
this?
gotcha.
Okay. Just cleaning the clay out of the mold. I have cleaned the clay out of the mold. I now have a mold of a Catman chin. Flesh-colored pants. Not only will Annabelle's be open by dog days, it'll be open by Fever, which is our Valentine's show.
It will be.
So I have any sculptors who work I admire. Absolutely. Don Lanning, Steve Wang, Mikey Rotella, and Adam Freeman. All excellent sculptors.
You said Andrew?
Yeah.
He didn't say Shell.
Say who?
Jordan.
Jordu Shell. I like Jordu Shell's work a lot. He's an amazing sculptor. I absolutely do. But he sculpts a lot of aliens, and I'm not into aliens. So I like his work a little bit less. There's another guy named Casey Love who is amazing. Casey Love is an excellent sculptor. Yeah, there's plenty of people who work I admire. There are people who are bad, and I admire their work. Because at least they're doing something. I have seen people say, this mask sucks. And I have to say, it's cooler than the mask you made last week. Because they didn't make one.
That's right.
Because they suck.
It's real easy to critique something you don't know how to do.
That's armchair masturbacking. Which, if it isn't a word, by golly, it ought to be. Masturbacking. Like quarterbacking, but with masks. So I want to be able to pour this mold up like it's a bucket. And right now, if I filled up this bucket, it would just pour out this side of the face. Me no want that. So I asked Rob to mix me up 1 finger of plaster so that I can make this mold. Two pina coladas, 1 for each hand. Set sail with Captain Morgan, never reached dry land. Troubles I forgot 'em, I buried 'em in the sand. Yeah, 2 pina coladas. You're a hard-working man. Cold gin time again. Know that I always win. Cold gin time again. You know it's the only thing to keep us together. Rob's cleaning a bucket. He likes the violent version of cleaning a bucket, throwing it on the floor over and over again.
Yeah. It's just the easiest way to do it.
It is.
The goggles, they do not.
Remember, Rob, 1 finger, no more.
I got you. Tomorrow I get to start a new video game. My roommate went out and bought Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, Matt Rose was also pretty good. Matt Rose sculpted one of my favorite monsters, which is the creature from the Black Lagoon from Monster Squad. That was a Matt Rose sculpture. Steve Wang.
That would be so good.
Werewolf head.
Kingdom Hearts. I don't have an arms. Do it anyway.
So Hallstaff's animated animatronic workshop, if you don't know, that is Steve Koci, Koci, I believe. Steve Koci, Anyway, Steve, and he is really good at the electronic end of it, as far as, you know, working with servos and boards and that kind of stuff. So he makes things move. and he's very good. Steve Kosey. I think I say Kosey, but I also think I say it 5 times every time I have to say it, and one of them will be correct. But it's out of admiration for you, sir. I don't want to screw up your name. I just do.
Change his names. What are you up to? Why did you do that?
I want to make sure it bonds to this other plaster.
Why are you gonna put it in?
Bond or fortifier is wood glue,
Okay.
basically.
So if you need to,
Or Elmer's.
if you want to make sure plastered, here's the plaster.
Yeah.
Okay. See, this is good enough. Those are mediums.
Base is a medium. These are larges. Maybe they're small larges. I have giant beefy hands, so I tend to blow out gloves when I put them on. What's funny is I'm almost wearing a flesh-colored shirt under this. More of a salmon. You letting it stand?
Yep.
Okay. There's way more than I needed there.
I just did one finger.
$5.
I thought it was a little bit much.
Yeah, this is, we have more plaster here than we need.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Is that going to be flat right now?
What's that?
This clay going to be flat?
No, I'm on the outside. The other side is where I'm
Oh, I get you.
walling up.
I get you. Wow. That can't be fast.
It's not kicking, it's just thick. And there's glue in it, remember?
Hmm.
I put a little bit of wood glue in here, blue cap wood glue. There's 2 kinds of wood glue. Blue wood glue will dissolve in water. Red cap wood glue will not, just gets all gummy and stringy. Its proteins kick off when they get with water. So the blue wood glue is actually waterproof.
Alan, are you going to Monster Palooza this year?
I can't.
Thank you, Lassiter.
I can't because I have a training that weekend. Most of my training weekends are already booked.
Ilgrim have asked, have you found a fortifier diminishes absorption? I'm curious to try it.
Read the question again slower.
Have you found that a fortifier diminishes absorption?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Normally I use it to patch a mold, but you get so little of it in there. What he's referring to is a bonder fortifier.
I
Which-
think you meant the blue.
Yeah, it's like a glue. It smells like Elmer's glue. And it looks like Elmer's glue. And I think that it's Elmer's glue.
I saw somewhere, somehow, somebody at Dark Hour showed up with like a half-gallon of clear Elmer's glue. I'm like, got that?
Walmart has it now.
This stuff's amazing.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's what I used to always make blood with.
Me too. On my blood video, which someone mentioned earlier.
I prefer silicone. I prefer using silicone for bloods now.
Like tube silicone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know when exactly that change happened, because I was all about the Elmer's for the first 2 years. Oh, the minute y'all showed me, hey, try this instead, I was like, oh!
That's the stuff, eh?
I like that it's waterproof. That's what I like.
I'm going to make this piece of the mold cap and go all the way around this. It's not just going to cover in the back here, which is what I need it to cover to make this into a true bowl. I'm also going to put it around the sides because that's going to give it more of a mechanical bond. Has a chemical bond from it being similar materials, and the bonder fortifier will also help with that chemical bond. But also we'll have a mechanical bond with all those scratches that I put into this, and with the fact that I'm making it hug all the way around. Rob, get that head out now.
Okay. Assuming I can't do so.
May I?
Yeah. I'm sure you'll just pop it right out.
I want to use this plaster to start another one.
Okay. That's why you want it out now.
What's that?
That's why you want it out now.
Yep. I want it out now. Funk Soul Brother, want it out now.
This is your ring.
My pocket. I didn't lose it in plaster. I lost one in plaster once.
You did? But she wasn't happy about that.
We'll go monitor them
Yeah.
so they're not just wondering what's going on. You tell them.
We're trying to pull a head form out. Hello, Alan, says Gene Napolitano. Have you played with aqua resin at all?
A little, yes.
All right. Jesmonite. Hall Staff's animatronic. I'm a YouTube subscriber to your channel. Right now, what we're currently doing is arguing with a mold.
I'm hoping Rob put enough release on.
I believe I did, but we'll find out if I did or not. If I didn't, I'm gonna have to start over, which is very frustrating for me. Anything else? Super chat. Well, the rubber should come out, right? At the very least.
What's that now?
The rubber should come out.
Theory, yeah.
There it is.
Nice.
Did it come out okay?
Came out good.
Yay! I'm gonna make another one.
Right now.
Right now! Do it! Do it now! Get to the chopper. And when I said I'd kill you last, I died. I need another stick.
Not yet. This is only first layer. You won't get the stick yet.
Okay. It's setting pretty fast.
You're good. Put it in there.
Dude, I can't put a little water in there. Dude. Okay.
What's important is that we're not wasting material.
Mainly, that is what we try not to waste. We really, really do.
I don't want this to die in the bucket. Meaning it turns into a rock in the bucket.
All right. Then it's just more weight in the trash. Okay. So before I make more, I'm gonna get a stick ready. Nice batch.
Give me that actually
Yeah.
into the sink so I can
Wash your
clean
hands.
my hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. This is stickier plaster than normal. You know why?
Because the glue.
It's glue! Okay. Let's see how we're doing over here. Now I have a mold that is an honest bowl that I can put lint base in. Once this fully cures, about 15 minutes. And that is a mask piece that I have sculpted and molded in one night. Okay. Pardon moi.
Pardon moi. Let's see. I got any more? Bloop. Lion Cook, happy to help. Let's see. Okay. Ingram Stuart Bray was going to do a bunch of tests with Jim tonight. Hit him
Is
up.
that Stuart?
Stuart Bray was going to do a bunch of tests.
Hey, Stuart.
And then Lion Cook, happy to help, by the way. I go by Steve.
Steve. Oh, Jesmonite. Gotcha. Because he's in the UK.
Is it called
Yeah.
different here? Oh. I feel like the temperature dropped a little bit.
Plaster and PVA Elmer's glue. Yeah. I would love to go to Monster Palooza, but I do a lot of haunted house training. And that is smack in my training season.
I want to go to Monster Palooza.
So do I.
I know quite a few people there, it turns out. So do you, I think.
At least 7.
He's at least 7.
Mold's done.
Hey, did you run into Father Evil?
I
in
did.
New Orleans?
Yeah.
Good guy, isn't he?
Oh, he's nice.
He is. He's really a good guy. I met him when he first started. I saw him. I was immediately, dude. You're going places.
Probably prison, but you're going.
But you're going places, by God. I don't want to give away his real name because I don't know if that's.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. You have certain rules about that stuff.
Yeah.
Which I follow for the most part.
I think that you follow it when you think about it.
What?
I think that you follow it when you think about it. And I think I have caused you to think about it more.
You did. You did.
To give someone's name away while they're working in character is to deny their character, which isn't nice. It's like saying, hey garbage man, you're a crappy garbage man.
Well, I don't do it anymore, do I?
I don't do it anymore, but I don't do it any less. So this has done a good job of getting good and hard.
Is that what they blew in it?
Yeah.
Nice. I gotta make more. Finish that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be less than what I made last time. Well,
One finger is probably enough.
I did that last time. It was way too much.
Well, you might want to use the finger. Use like a moose knuckle, not a finger.
I can only go by experience.
Or like this. I don't question the websites you go to, Rob.
Maybe I should question a little bit more what I should go to. Actually, I'm hardly on the internet anymore. Not like it used to be. I got stuff to do. You get time to sit around reading the internet.
So now you have a masked piece that I have sculpted, molded, and poured while live this evening.
That's pretty good. Those are good. That's
Yeah.
good odds.
Okay.
So, finally framed that drawing of Nosferatu from one gave me like 2 years ago.
Yeah?
I think I'm gonna use that as my reference
Cool.
for sculpting Nos.
Chelsea gave me a cool werewolf poster that I just sent to Hobby Lobby to get framed.
That's awesome. I saw it. It was beautiful.
Chelsea was a student at Monster Camp, and she was an excellent artist. And so far, I've gotten art from each of my Monster Camp
You
classes.
have
Because if you remember,
Ryan Visgard.
Visengard, he gave me one also.
I have some art from him. I like his style. I have a Goonies print from him.
His art was a little reminiscent of Mike Plug, who was one of my favorites. Michael Plug. My very favorite artist is probably Frank Frazetta,
Yeah, that
because I'm kind of a sword and sorcery type guy. Ooh! Want to see the new axe that I got?
Did you finally get it?
It's out in my car.
Oh, he's excited.
Camera's going to be on you when I go get it.
He's got a new axe.
Well,
is
there's
this
no
one?
handle on it yet.
Is this the one from Prague?
Yes.
Sweet. You can't tell. We kind of like weapons around here. I studied martial arts for years. I'm trained in all manner of weapons. He used to do Renaissance festivals. He's well trained in a lot of weapons. Watching us sword fights, hilarious because it doesn't go anywhere. Just a lot of clack, 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 clack. Oh Lord. That's lovely. I mean, I don't think you needed it, but it's lovely.
I needed it.
Need it. That's beautiful. That's a good looking. That's nice. Aw. Is that aluminum? Seems like aluminum.
Axe head. I have a thing for axes, battle axes especially. It's not aluminum, it's stainless.
Oh wow. That's pretty nice.
That means it won't rust on me.
Yeah.
This is truly a decorator axe head because
Okay. Ah.
very little weight for the axe size.
It is very light.
That is made with plate stainless.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like me some axes. I do. I like to hit people in the head with them. Not everyone, just people who are bad. You know.
Speaking of somebody who's been hit in the head with an axe, it's never fun.
Yes. Okay, well, very cool. That's probably where it came from, Grant. I'm a good catcher. That's not what I meant, bro. Because the axe had dropped and I caught it. I'm good at catching. I'm good at catching axes. Not in the face, not with my hands. Okay. Yeah, don't say you're a good catcher around Rob. Start telling you prison stories.
Oh, prison. Never been.
I'm going to try this question one more time. What has happened to Doyle? Nothing has happened to Doyle. Doyle is still running around like crazy, being a murder cat. He's mostly in the house or outside. He is one of the few. He'll come in the shop when we're not here, and he'll like do a walk around looking for mice or whatever, which I think is awesome. Doyle came on a couple nights ago. Next time I'm on, I'll go grab Doyle and I'll bring him over to make sure that he says hello. Doyle has grown up to be quite the murder cat. He kills birds daily. I don't tell my wife about all of them because there's a lot of. Yeah, but anyway.
How do you breed such prolific murder cats? Huh?
I don't know where they get all this aggressive behavior from.
No, it couldn't have been.
I have no idea. Oh, it's nice and warm. So this is like still very warm. This back.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's going to be wicking rather fast. So I put that in there about 9:15. So probably 10:15. I'll come out and no, I'll pour it out when we're done tonight at 10.
10?
And then I'll do another pour in, pour out in the morning before I go to work.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
That means it's my marketing meeting
That is my day of rest.
and my project meeting. Not a day of rest, you're working.
Yeah. Just
But only one job.
Just one job. Lexi was like, I don't know how you do 14-hour days. Because I don't have a choice. I don't live at home with my parents.
And anyway, she should be able to do them, you know?
Right?
Young guy. Oh man. You know what? I do not have the attitude that I wasted my youth. I used my youth properly to get me set up for now.
I enjoyed my youth, and I full on wasted it.
I did not waste my youth. I did enjoy my youth because I worked haunted houses the whole dang time.
I'll tell you what, I'm so sure of that I had a bumper sticker on my first car that said wasted youth.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I knew. I had a plan. Well,
Look how that served you.
yeah, put that liberal arts degree to work right now.
I'm in between stages. Right now I've got this poured up, but I can't do much else, so I might as well clean.
All that time dealing with Kierkegaard in the multiverse really served me well.
With what in the multiverse?
Kierkegaard, philosophy. Gestalt's theory of the multiverse. Stuff like
So we made at work some CDC helmets,
that. Yes,
like
you
the ones from the movie Outbreak. The big like bubble. I took a welding mask, did foam around it, and then we used the fabric from the suit from Extra Suits to cover them up. I say we because I kind of did the first one, and then the costuming staff sorted it all. And Warren helped. I don't know if he's still on or not, Third Degree of Terror, but he was helpful. He was trapped here one day.
Yeah.
And now I have little fans that I got from the Amazon. And the Amazon is it's on the interwebs. And these little fans will go into those Outbreak helmets. I want to put 2 on the back of each helmet. One will suck air in on one side of the head, and the other will push air out on the other side, creating positive flow.
Are you concerned about their comfort?
It'll make them look cooler.
Okay. Help with that fog too.
Oh yeah, it'll also allow them to do their jobs. But look at how well this runs off a 9-volt.
That's really nice.
12-volt computer fan just hooked up to a 9-volt.
How much were those on Amazon?
These were $5.
Oh my. And you just hook it right up to 9-volt, huh?
Yep.
Wow. I wonder how nice those would be in some Krampus costumes.
Well, maybe that's an add-on for next year, Rob.
I'm thinking about it already.
2.
Actually, for my Transworld costume, I was thinking about ditching my original mask and making one out of BBA. I have more control over it that way.
Your crump. Now, what are you making out of BBA?
A Venetian mask.
Oh, hey, you know what? I can tell you guys and I can tell Rob. I kind of got excited, and I talked to Jen at Transworld,
Yeah?
and I'm going to do a video series leading up to Transworld, working on my costume for the ball. So I'm going to make a Venetian vampire costume for the ball, and I'm going to make YouTube videos for it.
Should I bring all my stuff over here and work on mine too?
Sure, absolutely.
Because it's going to be cool.
We do not discriminate based upon gender or sexuality. You want a powdered wig for your Venetian vampire? You go
I
right
do.
ahead.
But I'm based off a video game. Vampire.
The hardest part about mask making is waiting. It's the sauce is happening, you know. This is like making spaghetti sauce. It's in the bowl, and it's cooking. Your edges aren't thick enough.
No, I know. It needs more.
Yeah.
I should have made more.
Now is your bowl. Oh, this again.
It's what we have.
Okay. This would be better. Way better.
Well,
You know why? This will just rip right in half.
well,
Where is this piece? Where are these that you found?
well, that was the last one.
Good.
That's why. I
Don't
used
ever use them again.
it. Okay.
I thought I was clear on that on the other one. I guess I wasn't.
I was just trying to use the materials that we had.
So what we'll have to do, like fiberglass resin,
Yeah.
and soak it into that particle board to make it stronger. Because it's not strong enough for us to sell that as a product. Or we can just mark those and use those around the shop.
I'll use them around the shop.
I will eventually.
Which I realized when I pulled the parking lot this afternoon. I was like, I didn't get the trash out. What's in there?
I collect axes as well as axe heads. Yes, I do. The armorer goes on tested. Anyway, yes. So, life is good. Let's see what this weird message is.
So wait, you're gonna do a Venetian vampire, but you're not going to wear a powdered wig?
No.
Why not? There's one chance to wear a powdered wig. This is it.
I don't want to wear a powdered wig. It's not like I'm looking for a chance to wear a powdered wig.
Yeah, but that's distinctly Venetian. That's the whole. That's the milieu.
All right. So you are forming up or stuff over there. I have stuff over here.
That'll work.
Yeah, so I'll do a couple pour in, pour outs. That'll get it just as thick. Very easy to do in that kind of a mold. Harder to do in a bigger, weirder mold. Bigger, weirder, moldier.
Oh. That makes sense. It's definitely a showpiece.
What's the showpiece?
Your axe.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't take that thing and go.
I would if you're just gonna hit faces. It's the face basher.
It'll dent.
No.
It would dent.
No.
Did you bump on it? It's hollow.
Yeah.
It's hollow.
It's hollow stainless steel.
Yeah.
It's still 1/8 inch thick plate steel. Tell you what, let me hit you with it in the face. And if it dents, you can have it.
I'm good.
Are you sure?
I'm good.
Okay. I likes it a lot.
No, it's pretty.
And
So.
I can wear it on my back and not die.
And not die. Make a very valid point.
Because it's this is about 1.5 inch dowel I need to get. And actually what I'll do is I'll shave down a 2x4 in my massive spare time. But an axe needs that kind of girth. It needs that thickness to look awesome. But if an axe that was solid metal this thick, this would be, 12, 13 pounds.
You got maybe 4 or 5 good swings in it before you can barely lift it.
While waiting, I'm supposed to do the other 80% of haunting clean. That's right.
Who said that?
Linda Forbes.
She's a professional.
She's a pro.
You got time to lean, you got time to clean.
Terry English, Excalibur. Now Nathrak uth vas bethuj dok del envy. I shall invoke the charm of makings. A dream to some, a nightmare to others. All that craziness I was quoting Merlin from the movie Excalibur.
Great.
Which, for the record, has Liam Neeson in it. Patrick Stewart is in it.
Helen Mirren.
And Nigel something or other who played King Arthur, and I've never seen him in anything else.
Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren is in it. And then there was the girl who played Igraine, who was very pretty, but I have never seen anything else
I used to own that movie. I don't know.
that I know of. Excalibur's a really good movie.
It really
I like
is.
it.
The Land and the King are one.
Land of the King.
I love that one. Knights, squires, for battle. Love that film. Still get stressed out when Galahad's hanging on the tree.
Poor Galahad.
You know, they never touched on the Green Knight map. No, either.
They did not.
Which is one of my favorite Arthurian legends.
Garbage sculpting tool.
Was it Gawain that defeated the Green Knight? I don't remember.
Yes.
We've got a new King Arthur movie coming out as we speak.
Was it Tristan Lancelot's son?
I think so. Lancelot de Luc. He was French, which is skipped over a lot.
I don't think it is, because Lancelot is like straight up French.
I didn't know that as a kid. Of course, I wasn't reading Arthur either. I was reading the Disney version.
I learned about it in, I think, Bullfinch's mythology. And, like, okay, I gotta know this. But I was a weird kid as far as reading.
Yeah, I was more focused on horror. You were more focused on monsters.
Horror.
Horror. Not horror.
Horror. You can't say horror.
I can.
I was focused on horror until I became focused on horror, which was college.
College. College was a good time. My uncle literally went to college for 12 years.
12 years?
Yeah, he's got a PhD.
In what?
Kinesiology, physical therapy.
So, one of my goals, like one of my life goals that I've set for myself, is to get an honorary PhD from somewhere. An honorary PhD. I want an honor. I don't want to like earn one.
You
I
just
want them to say, you deserve a PhD.
well, you get this smart college thing going really well.
But I can do it. I can give myself one.
You'll be a professor emeritus, and we can have people walk, and they got to turn their clapboard into a monster.
Have some weird goals. I want to give a TED Talk. I would
Makes
love to
sense.
give a TED Talk one day. Probably get one on fear and scaring people. And how it.
Why don't you give it? Why don't you do it? Why don't you start 100 TED Talks on the stage at Transworld? It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, Rob. That's one of your better ideas. That's your good idea for the day.
That's it. I got it. I had it for the day. Yeah, 30-minute TED
I'd
Talk.
explain your performance at work all day. You're saving your good idea for here.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I think I got a lot of good stuff done today. But thanks.
So did I, actually.
Today was a good day at work.
Yes.
And we saw an old friend today.
A productive day.
We saw an old friend today.
Wasn't glue in there?
No.
Okay.
Why would I?
Glue makes it different.
If you want to put glue in there, you can.
You don't have to put glue in there.
I think I'll be fine.
Okay.
If I can just take it out a little bit faster.
Trying to make time happen faster here than it does anywhere else. Right here. Wouldn't that be cool if you had like a time zone where time went faster in this box? You know, a refrigerator, you might say, makes time go slower because it slows down the aging of food.
Law of causation, an oven, and a microwave speeds up time.
No, it just makes it hot. It doesn't make it like rot or go bad faster.
So yeah, I guess refrigerator is it. But that's just making things cold, reducing things to zero.
But that makes things slow down.
Yeah, but heat agitates atoms. That's where heat comes from.
Yeah, it doesn't like cause break. I don't know. If I cook a pig, it doesn't look like it sat outside for any length of time. It looks like I cooked it.
It looks like you cooked it, yeah. Thank God.
Whereas if you put it in the freezer, it looks like nothing happened to it although they do kind of deflate a little
Well,
bit.
you can't boil a frog and bring it back to life, but you can't freeze a frog and bring it back to life. So there is some validity in
Have
what
you
you're
heard
saying.
about stone toads?
No.
Okay, there's a phenomenon called stone toads where someone will break open a rock, and in a pocket in the rock, a toad jumps out.
Oh, that's where the whole toads jumping out of cornerstones comes from.
It has been in hibernation, in stasis, in that rock for
Who knows?
how long? Who knows? And it's not like it used to happen and it doesn't. It still happens. They still find toads inside of rocks. What even are toads? How does that work?
I don't know.
And you can freeze a bee
Yeah, you can freeze certain frogs.
and tie thread to it. And then you have a bee on a leash. I think you're way too soupy.
I am. But it's worth a shot.
Put a scoop of powder in there, thicken it up. Don't be scared. All right, we're getting comments. Good night, field walker masks. It would be really heavy. All manner of Swedish weapons. That's cool. I do want to own a Katzbolger one day. A Katzbolger is a certain type of sword. I would love to have one of those. I currently do not. Because of course people think of the Swiss halberd because the Swiss halberdiers are the ones who protect the Pope. Swiss Royal Guard, I guess they're called.
The Swiss Guard.
Swiss Guard.
I carry halberd.
You do. Texas is 16 hours behind Brisbane. Kind of like time travel, only Australia is 30 years behind. Only in the world of haunting. A haunted talk, TED Talk would be cool.
Shots fired, shots fired.
If I figure out how to manipulate time, I'm just going to start getting more stuff done, and you'll figure it out that way. PhD in monster making. PhD stands for piled higher and deeper. Thank you, Michael Lassiter. But it is 9:40. I'm gonna put these in my car real quick, so I don't forget them like I did this morning. Okay. Me getting ready for Transworld.
That is so soon.
2 months.
Not freaking me out at all.
It's actually not even 2 months.
You're not freaking me out at all. I think I'm getting better at painting. That's
Look at that.
moving faster. Nice, nice.
These are teeth that like custom fit. They'll fit in your mouth with some beads. And this is how I will display them.
I'm very interested to see how you're going to do a Venetian without a powdered wig. Are you going to do classic Venetian?
No.
Of course not.
I'm gonna twist the heck out of it.
See, I'm trying to do this classic but with this new monster design.
Now see, but those mosquito monsters are based off of French.
Yes. They are. Georgian, actually. But that style is also very Venetian.
I think you just want to wear a powdered wig. And it's okay if you want to wear a powdered wig. I mean, you be you, Rob.
I just want to look good.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna judge, because you know me.
You're my judge.
But-
I just want to look good.
It's okay. If you think you need a powdered wig to make you look good, then you wig up, my
I
friend.
don't need a powder wig to look good.
Wig up, wig out, whatever you want to do.
I just don't often get an opportunity. And actually, this is a colonial wig I'll be wearing, not a powdered wig per se.
Sure. Yeah, whatever you're into.
No, it's if you're gonna make fun of me, at least be accurate in what you're making fun of.
I want to be as accurate as possible, so I'm wearing a wig from 2 centuries later. Okay. Whatever you're up to, man.
You're absolutely right.
That's fine. If it makes you happy.
Won't be that
I'm
bad.
not going to condemn you. More than normal.
More than normal. I get condemned plenty. Don't doubt that, viewing audience. Let that sit. That should be good. Thicken it up.
So we get 4 types of teeth on a plate.
It looks like each lane can hold.
4 or 5. These are a little longer.
Those are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And for the home viewing audience, what are those going to move at?
$20.
That is a ridiculously good deal.
That is a good deal because dental distortions are $50.
Though
And sometimes more.
I can't say enough good thing about dental distortions, though.
Me either. I love me some dental distortions.
I own 4 sets of them, their teeth myself.
I also have, this is the kind of teeth that I've got right here that I'll be selling. And I have, can you go in there and find that box of plastic toothpastes?
Yeah. Maybe.
I need a mirror to put my bottom ones on.
Found them. Those are fun. Those are fun.
Mm-hmm. I have to fit the bottom ones a little better because they're not on very well right now. So I'll have them in my booth. All right, so I'm buying them from a company that just started making them. It's not legal for us to make prosthetic teeth in Texas
It's not.
because that is practicing dentistry. Even though it's for movies and stuff, and I don't have it, I'm not a licensed, so I can't. And I wanted to offer teeth because I'm, like, if you look at the elf mask, I can cut off those teeth on that top lip, and then your teeth are exposed. And wearing something like this is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And while these are a great product, they don't come with a case for your teeth at all. So when you buy them from me, I'll have these cases that go with it. And I'm giving people a little bit more of the friendly plastic because they never have enough of the friendly plastic. So what I'm going to go do now is I'm taking this into the house so I can get a sticker made to go on this that says Sylvie Studios.
Nice.
Yeah.
Soul Eater, nice.
And I tried to figure out a good, I was trying to figure out cases before I found just nice black denture cases because I think haunters want to keep their stuff nice.
You have, what kinds are those that you have there?
It's those. These are id teeth. ID. Id.
I'm interested in the ogre teeth.
I think I have some in the other room.
Do you?
Go check and see.
Where would they be?
In a big plastic tub to the left. It's all the Transworld stuff. Ezekiel, you could probably do that. I have lots of pairs right now, but I have even more ordered. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, teeth are something that they just make a character. There's so many, if you think about awesome haunted house actors and some of the characters they do. How often is it the teeth that really just sets it off? Teeth and contacts. And I'm never going to be set up to sell contacts because I'm just, that's dealing with your eye and stuff, and there's legal stuff. So, but yeah, $20 a pair for this with some extra of the setting pellets and a case, a nice case, to keep your teeth in. That's important. I don't want them to just fall apart, Anyway, that's just some Transworld stuff I'm trying to get set up. And on Thursday, Rob doesn't know it, but we're going to mold Rob's hand so that we can make some glove displays for Transworld. So I'll have teeth on one side of a shelf, and it's a shelf unit, but all the shelves are gone. So there'll be a back wall on it, and on that back wall will be one side is pegboard for teeth, the other side is for gloves.
Of course.
I'll show you.
What? You're gonna mold my hands?
Yeah. Just one, because mine's a little big,
Right.
and I'll use less resin if I mold yours.
My hands are smaller. I'm smaller.
Rob, did you miss these?
What? I went through the whole box.
Oh, I didn't have any ogres in here, is what you're saying?
No, that's what I was saying.
Well, there's ogres coming.
Okay. No, those are all demon, undead.
Yeah, I got a bunch of. There's wolf teeth. I got wolf teeth. Show them wolf teeth. Arr. I've got zombie teeth.
The zombie teeth, I think, look really good. There's definitely a style to their.
These I really like. The demon teeth.
I like the soul eaters. Yeah, we'll have all of these.
This is a better displayed zombie.
Look at those. Look at those ugly things.
And I'm
And
pretty
you
sure
get
I
some
have.
soul eaters.
Oh, these are undead, which are
Yes.
like zombie but different.
Different paint.
Soul Eater's a bunch. It's like 2 rows of teeth.
It's like shark teeth,
Yeah, I like shark teeth.
which I like. Yeah, shark teeth, rows of teeth. That's pretty good stuff. But we will have all of these at the booth. Horror Beauty FX would like the wolf teeth and demon teeth.
$20. $20
Can't
for
beat
teeth. They fit in your mouth. They're custom fitted with the pellets and everything. That's crazy good.
That's a really good price. We'll have them at the booth.
We will.
Ezekiel would like to know, is
If
there
you
an
can pre-order, just send me a message, man.
Just PM him. He'll PM you. Thanks. You're gonna sell out of those.
Yes.
We hope.
It's my belief that every booth should have a $20 item.
And ours are gonna be teeth.
Ours is teeth. As well as the accessories necklaces.
Accessories. Yeah, the Soul Eater teeth are cool. I like them.
What's that?
I was agreeing with Line Eater. Talking about he likes the Soul Eater teeth as well.
And those are, well, they go in your mouth.
Yeah.
So we can touch them up with the alcohol inks and red them up and white them up and
Do whatever you want. Really.
yeah.
Makes me want to touch on my dead friend teeth.
The only new product that I wanted to make for Transworld, and I don't think I'll have time, is a line of quarter masks to go with it. Like that's a quarter mask right now.
Right.
Make a few more of those.
Let me sculpt with the Nicodemus. Actually, I have a quarter mask at home. It's a sculpt.
Mhm.
I can bring it. Show it. See what you think. It needs some work. I don't propose to put it in here and go, it's perfect.
Did you sculpt it? Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so pour this guy out.
Okay.
Grab 2 of the big paint sticks
Yeah.
and set them up across the bucket.
Okay.
And then you can set this on top of that and it'll spray right up.
I'm not going to use it.
Okay?
I'm going to use clean ones.
Do you know where clean are? In
Yeah.
there? Perfect.
I don't want to drop anything into the latex. If I can help it.
Yeah, my goal has always been to have stuff that makes haunts better. And dental distortions are great, but who else makes teeth? That's it. That's like the only option out there. Aside from making them yourself or having, you know, an individual,
He knows how to.
yeah, who knows how to do it. It's tough. He's now draining that mold.
And we do know somebody who can make them. You? In addition to Freeman, Scott.
Yeah, he does make teeth.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Got my W-2 day. Saturday is tax day.
Everybody, you guys have been awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me and Rob tonight. Say goodnight, Rob.
Good night, Rob.
And I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to say, go make stuff.